walk the talk, okay?
Okay.
You ask me the questions.
What is effective reading? What's your point of effective reading?
All right. Effective reading is a very interesting topic. Many people have often raised this question of what's the difference between effective reading and speed reading. Let's come to speed reading first. Speed reading is very fascinating, it's attractive, and we tend to go and learn speed reading many times. It is a fact that you can speed read, there's no doubt about it. But effective reading is something different. Now comes the million-dollar question, saying that whether speed reading and effective reading can't be at the same time. Yeah, it can be same time with more and more practice. But let's face the fact, if you're a starter, if you're a moderate reader, and if you're starting it off, consider this information, which is very important. You got to speed read a few information. You had to effectively read a little other information. So the entire point of speed reading is you don't study newspapers, you actually read newspapers. I hope you understand that. When the moment I say that you don't study newspapers, you read newspapers, you can apply speed reading. It can be applied for magazines and other information wherein you had to just process to be a little aware of it. When it comes to your academics and when it comes to your career or your profession, you've got to study it. You've got to study it, comprehend it, and apply it. So over there, effective reading has to come over here. So when it comes to speed reading or effective reading, this is the first step. Understand what kind of information it is. If you want to bring it to the application level, then you got to choose effective reading. If you want to just know it, go for speed reading. Speed read your newspapers. Effective read your academics and textbooks. So the next part of how to do effective reading. Speed reading is about the speed reading is about going ahead, looking into the information, going to the titles, subtitles, and scanning through the main photographs and what exactly you want. You can selectively pick something which really you require, and you can move forward. You can apply the same technique to effective reading, but in effective reading you will be focusing on the depth. You will be processing the information in such a way it comes as close to action. Always understand that it's knowledge. When it is go to the depth of the knowledge, it becomes comprehension. When the comprehension is good enough, it translates into action. So that's effective reading. When it comes to speed reading, it's just about knowing. You need not get into the level of comprehension also. You can stay at the knowledge level. To conclude this, let me put effective reading in a very different way, and one tip which can really be applied right away. Okay? Effective reading is like having good sex. You understand that when you have a good sex, there should be a good foreplay which precedes the sex. The longer the duration of the foreplay is, better is the sex. The same way, effective reading, you got to get into the reading foreplay of what is the purpose of it, what you already know, what are the new things you might be knowing. You had to jog your memory and spend adequate time in this reading foreplay. After that, it becomes very effective. Your reading becomes very effective. You start reading what exactly you want, and you will be reading in depth of it, and you will be translating it into the next level of information which can be processed and applied. So effective reading is all about a good foreplay. A good foreplay and then reading will absorb in a better fashion. And remember, this is the second tip. Whatever you read, you process it as if you are applying it into action. Whatever you read, you are applying it to action. If you have an opportunity to apply the action in sidelines, for example, any of the technical courses or any software, when you learn, you have to apply. You can't keep reading about it. Okay? So that's how you look at it. These are the two tips. It's like sex. Effective reading is like sex. Better the foreplay, better the reading. It's your choice. If you lessen the foreplay or no foreplay, you can't expect effective reading. Number two, whatever you read, ensure that you are processing as if you are putting that into action. You can visualize it as if you are applying it in action. This will help you a lot. And if you have the opportunity to put into action, please do it. Hope this helps. Thank you very much for watching the video.